So let's do our takeaways. The takeaways are, was there anything insightful that you learned about prioritizing self-care today? And let's start with you, Sohan.
I think I've said loads. I think it's so important. I think working with people has made me realize that what I've been doing over the years is the right thing, because I think when I worked with clients, I find that they've not actually had self-care, and because of that, they've suffered some of the things in their lives, because they've not looked at within themselves and see how, apart from doing a physical self-care, we need to also do mental self-care, and there's different tools out there that we need to adopt to help ourselves mentally. So that's what my take on it is. Thank you.
You said you had nothing more to add. Wow. I love it. Yvette, your turn. So your turn, Yvette.
Okay, so for me, my takeaway from here is the connection. And so it just affirms to me how important attachments are in our lives. That we are attached to people, whether at home or a group like this, where we can be ourselves. So attachment, authenticity is one of the greatest things for self-care. And so when I was talking with Patty, we both shared the same self-care of being a child at heart. When you go back to being a child at heart and forget all your cares and just be and just enjoy the moment, it brings out like this joy that you cannot explain, because even you're going through hard times, you just you go back to yourself and just be.
I love that. And what came to mind is we're also a child at heart when we throw our temper tantrums. So Gary, what's your takeaway from today?
I was just thinking about what Yvette said as well. Yeah, when we were children, when I was a child, there was no hard times. Everything was fun. It was like self-care was fun. It was just fun times. But just the takeaway is talking to Soham about I love myself. What she said, I love myself. Well, the question is, who will love myself more than me? I think that's my takeaway.
That's wonderful. And it's prioritizing our human experience. Maureen, what was your takeaway from today?
The word that I heard was humor. That when you're in times of chaos and anxiety, or situations that you really don't have any control over, you can find humor in them some way, somehow. And it's not a bad thing. It's a very good thing to incorporate humor, because when you laugh and smile, then it changes the whole chemistry within your body.
That's so true. And I love that feeling as well. Jan, what was your takeaway from today?
I think it further kind of solidified for me this feeling of self-care being those little moments of like the humor of just being able to, go through and take a few seconds. And I do agree with everyone. I think that you have to have, I think if you have a baseline, basically a higher baseline, then when those tough times do come, then you're not as, hopefully you're a little bit more resilient afterwards or going through it than you would be had you started on a lower level in some way. And communities like this are priceless.
Thank you so much for that. And Paul, what was your takeaway from today?
Gosh, how do I follow up on these people? Go next. No, I just wrote down here, for me, it's like self-care sort of finds its home like in this triangle of self-love and self-awareness. So if you have that, I mean, they all go hand in hand. And yeah, so self-care, self-love, self-awareness, grow those, and yeah, your days can get better.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. And Patty has stepped in as our communications guru. She is keeping us in flow. If you've noticed, the website has been based off of her guidance and her direction, the Instagram, the Facebook. So she has taken the creativeness that we have within the group and she's channeled it into a very focused way. So thank you, Patty, for that. What was your takeaway from today?
Thank you, Steve. What my takeaway was is that it's okay not always to be perfect, you know, and it's okay not always to be 100% on top of the world and do practice self-care. It's okay sometimes to cry. It's okay sometimes to hit that pillow. It's okay to dance. And I think it's very important in time of bereavement or other challenging times, reach out. And if you can't find someone in your close circle, reach out to your neighbor, reach out to a professional, reach out to communities like this. And it doesn't have to be this one, but just reach out to someone. And I think together, you know, we can face any challenge. That's my takeaway.
Oh, I love that. And Will, what's your takeaway from today?
I just think being aware of when you are challenged that you do need to take time out to care for oneself, for your physical state, your mental state, and to find those things and have that toolbox where you can dip into it, because there's different situations that need different types of self-care, and that's what I'm taking away today from the conversations that I've had.
Oh, that's wonderful. And Jan put into the comments, you definitely hug a pet. And there's actually scientific studies behind that. It does work. Smelling a lemon will reduce your stress. So, you know, she also does aromatherapy and essential oils. Yeah, the sense of smell is one thing that's also positive. So I just wanted to share my takeaway was this idea, this concept of self-awareness. The more that we step onto this journey of self-awareness, and it's stepping out of that automatic behavior, we can actually become more aware of how to take care of ourselves, how we are feeling, how we are experiencing life. And for myself, and Paul mentioned this as well, when you're on the highly sensitive scale, meaning that you feel emotions deeply, you feel that experience deeply, getting control of that is such a huge shift in your human experience, right? It's like it's this idea that you know, even food is a celebration, but you turn it from being something that's driving you into something, I call it being tossed on the ocean of emotion, and then you go deep. Once you find self-awareness, you go deep, and it's always in the space of calm. It's always in the space of awareness. So thank you so much. Next week, we are going to be talking about harnessing the power of self-esteem. And this is the idea of self-talk, right? How can we use positive self-talk to boost our self-esteem? And that's a good one, because how often do we have that critical voice going on within us? And I just want to thank you all for being here. If any of you would be willing, I would like to record just a little video of, you know, what do you like about the GSE? So thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Have a great
everyone.
evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.